the Food and Drugs Authority has issued what it calls a final warning to food service operators nationwide as it moves to fully enforce the mandatory food hygiene permit regime. The authority says beginning this month, any food establishments operating without a valid permit will face immediate closure. The action, it explains, is aimed at protecting public health and strengthening food safety standards across the country. And in a press statement, the FDA emphasized that the exercise is not the introduction of a new directive, but the enforcement of existing regulation. It is therefore urging operators to regularize their operations promptly to avoid sanctions. And joining us this afternoon to provide more insight is the Deputy Chief Executive in charge of the Food Division at the Food and Drugs Authority, Roderick Kwabena Dade Ajay. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. So for food businesses that may be shut down during these enforcement exercise, what specific conditions must they meet before they are allowed to reopen?
Yeah, okay. I don't know whether I was very clear on what you said. Yes, but the directive is that if you do not have the requisite permit, you can't do work. Just do the right thing, because public health is very important for us. So we have educated over and over, and this is just a reminder, but it's the routine thing that is supposed to happen. If you're out there, you are working, you do not have the permit, that you can't work. That's you're operating illegally.
That's quite clear. We're asking about those who may be sanctioned. So what kind of sanction is this? You say immediate closure, but after that, how long do they need to maybe regularize it, get a permit? What are the specific sanctions that you met to them? Or is just a closure, that's all?
Yeah, I mean, once you do not have the requisite permit, closure, as you can stay closed as long as you will take to comply. So that will be let's say, up to the operator.
Okay. Well, what has triggered this? And I hear you say that it's not a new regulation. It existed already. You're enforcing it. But what has triggered it? Is it that you have noticed there are many more food operators that are operating without the requisite licenses or anything? What has triggered it?
Oh, it is a standard thing. I mean, we are, just conscientizing people, but it is a constant thing that we do. Part of our surveillance, we see what is happening. Those who have not been doing the right thing, we give them, calls and tell them to do what is expected. Maybe something they can hide out there. And sometimes there are new places that may spring up who have not done what is expected. Really, before you get into the business, you are supposed to familiarize yourself with the necessary things that you should do. So if you haven't done that, please take cue and just do the right thing. And then that is not the reason. You remember last year what happened? Cholera, broke out. That you had Accra, Central Region, Western Region. All of these things are, what you don't want is related to safety, issues. So we are just telling people to do what is expected.
Okay, I mean, beyond you calling on people to do what is expected, which I assume is one of the mechanisms, what concrete other mechanisms has the FDA put in place to monitor at least compliance, track repeat offenders, and ensure that facilities ordered to close remain shut until they fully meet all the food safety requirements? Do I still have Mr.
Well, your voice was slurring there, so I didn't hear clearly what you said.
My question is that beyond the routine checkup, which other internal mechanisms have you put in place to track offenders and ensure that it doesn't happen again? Or those who are supposed to meet the fully operation requirements do that?
Yeah, okay. So FDA already, countrywide, we have, we train people on what they have to do so that those who do not understand what the requirements are, at least they get educated. So we have the industrial support service that provides that kind of training, and a lot of people have taken advantage of that. There may be third parties that one can seek training also from. And our doors are always open. FDA, we're working for everybody's safety. So those who have come, made inquiries, we've also attended to them. So it's a friendly face that we are showing out there. People should take advantage, come. If you have some problems, sometimes some people need to go through some kind of stages or can explain one or two things. And we can't give, if we say there's not food safety related, and for example, you have to change some kind of infrastructure and the rest, we are ready to work with you. We are not out there to spoil anybody's business, but at least the ones that border on the safety of the food that you have prepared, at least that plate of food must be prepared properly and served safely to people.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us on the news today, Mr. Daddy Ajay.